recorded a message the other day about trusting yourself and stop looking outside of yourself. And this message keeps just like ringing so true for me right now. It is so loud and it keeps evolving, and I keep getting like new information and new pieces of this message. And it's like I want to be, or I'm meant to be, trying to make this really tangible for you and really support you in getting this and really like getting it and trusting it for yourself and allowing it to really sink in for you, and again using your own intuition to interpret that message. So here we are again. I want to talk again about trust, because again this is so loud for me right now. And it's so interesting because I am getting the feeling, I'm getting the sense of just like how loud the online space is. And I'm really specifically talking about social media. I mean, I guess you consider YouTube social. It's obviously a little bit of a different platform. This can be still true here on YouTube as well. But again, I'm really specifically talking about social. And I was scrolling, just on my feed the other day. And what I noticed is like everyone is just sharing like their thing, right? Like their strategy, the thing that they believe like so deeply in, to lose weight, to start a business, to grow your business, to again, whatever the, like there's so many things, right? To make more money, all of the different things that people talk about. And I get it, right? Like they're a lot of that language, like they have a business too, and they're using that language to make money in their business, to like entice people into their world and buy the thing or do the thing. And I get that. But I want to throw out kind of a different perspective that I'm really feeling right now, because the nodes of fate shifted to the Pisces Virgo axis on January 11th. This is a very spiritual axis. This axis is, and this is going to be here for the next 18 months. And this is really inviting you to go within. It's inviting you to trust. It's inviting you to really slow down. It's inviting you just to kind of like be in the process, to like be in the flow, to see what wants to unfold. Okay, we've shifted, out of this, with Pluto now in Aquarius. Pluto used to be in Capricorn. Capricorn is a very much an energy of like doing and pushing and working really hard. Okay, but now with this Pisces Virgo axis, where it's really like the initial kind of shift into, Pluto being in Aquarius now, where it's like inviting us to try something different, right? I like to say, approach everything with a sense of curiosity. And it's like, that is what is being asked of us right now. And I know I am feeling this so deeply. Maybe you're starting to feel this for yourself as well. And going back to like the noise of the online space, what if the overwhelm that you feel when you're scrolling, the overwhelm that you feel when you're like trying to figure something out for yourself, right? Like maybe you're building a business and you're just like trying to figure out how to do that. Maybe you're wanting to get healthy and you've tried all these different like strategies and tactics. Like that's the one that really caught my attention, right? It's like one fitness person is like, count your macros. The other person is like, I don't count my macros. I swear by intermittent fasting. And the other person, like everyone has their thing, right? So that's like really what caught my attention. And then individually, we are so overwhelmed by the information. And in that overwhelm, we aren't coming back to center to just say, what actually feels true? Like our body holds so much wisdom, right? Our connection to spirit, our intuition. We hold so much wisdom that we aren't like tapping into. We're not allowing ourselves even the space in the quiet in the time to connect and hear how we can be guided, right? We have that inside of ourselves. And instead, we are like, I would say one of two things. We are either stuck taking action because we are just overwhelmed by the amount of information, or we are just blindly like throwing our money at programs and courses, supplement, like again, whatever it may be, whatever you may be buying. It's like we're throwing money at things out of I'm wanting to say the word fear. It's not fear, but it's like out of like desperation. It's like, I want this to work. When really, what if, again, don't just like listen to what I say and like take it for truth, right? Like the same with me. Like, don't just hear me and trust me. Try it on for yourself. When you try it on for yourself, you start to integrate it. You start to ground into this knowing for yourself. You start to come to your own like new awarenesses, new awakenings, new, I don't know, thoughts, like insights, whatever wants to then come through you because you're like testing this out for yourself and you're choosing to get quiet. You're choosing to go within. You're choosing to listen and trust. Okay. So what if? What if part of this new way of being that we're going to be experiencing for the next 18 months because of this Pisces Virgo axis and this, again, deeply spiritual way of being that we are, being invited to experience in this season of our life, individually and collectively? What if the noisiness was to get you to say, oh my gosh, enough is enough. This isn't working. I'm not actually getting, like, I'm not getting what I want. I'm not achieving my goal. I'm not showing up. None of this is working for me. I'm not doing the thing, right? Like, it's not helping me, right? What if, like, life just needed to be really noisy to get you to have that aha moment to say, okay, this hasn't worked. Me just like, again, throwing money at things or blindly trusting like the next person that I see say something because I'm so desperate, right? And sometimes I get that. I feel that sometimes we are feeling really desperate. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, right? Like we're desperate to heal. We're desperate to manifest something that we really want in our life. But, if you know anything about manifestation, and I'm sure you do, if you're watching this video and you're attracted to these types of videos, then you know that the power lies in the letting go. The power lies in the surrender. The power lies in trusting that everything is working out for you. And it's when you take your foot off the gas a little bit and just surrender to what is, that things start to unfold, that new experiences, new awarenesses, new opportunities are presented to you, right? And that's why you need to slow down. You need to slow down so that you are an open channel to receive those messages, right? When people talk about, this idea of receiving, and I'm just going to be so open and like letting it come to me, letting my manifestation come to me, we often think like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to like let the money come to me, right? And believe me, that has happened to me, and I don't discount that. But sometimes the receiving is in the message that tells us the next step we need to take. Sometimes the receiving is just like a simple nudge to go to the coffee shop, and then you strike up like a conversation with, someone having coffee next to you, and then you become soul friends and have this like new beautiful connection. Like who knows, right? Like that's just something that I'm coming up with. But trusting that it is your calling, you're being guided to slow down, to hear whatever that inner voice is trying to guide you to. And this is where it gets really tricky, because it's like we want to have all of the answers. We want to just like know the next 5 or 10 steps. Like we want to know, like, how do I get from here to here, right? But sometimes that guidance is, again, simply that like next right thing. And sometimes that next right thing doesn't make sense. Sometimes that next right thing seems really insignificant. But sometimes that next right thing is all you need to know in this moment to get to, again, like the next level of awareness, or like that next thing that allows or invites a new opportunity, right? That, I don't know, brings someone new in your life that I don't know, that has an opportunity for you, or maybe you're going to collaborate, or who knows, right? I'm just kind of, again, saying whatever wants to come up for me, and we all have a very unique and specific journey. But again, with this new Pisces Virgo axis that we are now living in, what if it's simply, and I know it's simple and not easy, right? But what if it is simply about trusting the process? Trusting that things will be revealed exactly when they are meant to be revealed. Trusting that you will know like the 4th step when it's time for you to know the 4th step. But right now you just need to know the 1st step. And this is a big one. This is like so, I'm saying this for me as well, so loud for me. Sometimes we feel so close to like the precipice of something. We feel so close to like a big epiphany, to like a big awareness. Like it's, for me, I'm kind of in that space right now, just sharing super vulnerably and honestly, where it's like, I feel like I'm on the edge of something new, the verge of something, and I can't even wrap my brain around it. I don't even know what that is, right? I don't know what it is. I simply don't know what it is. And I don't know how to be more real than that. And it's the weirdest thing, because I'm the kind of person that typically like kind of like has a goal, kind of knows where I'm going. And it's like I feel that there is something so big ahead of me, but I have no idea what that is. I literally don't know, right? And I have a strong intuition, and right, like the intuition is just telling me that it's there. But right now, I am really deepening into my own trust. I'm really deepening into my own connection to spirit, knowing that I'm being guided, knowing that it will be revealed, and that it may not even be revealed in like a firework moment, right? It may not be a huge awakening. It may only be revealed 10 steps from now as I look back and see how the breadcrumbs led me. And I'm trusting that, and I am so surrendered, and it doesn't make sense, and it feels really hard and challenging for me sometimes, because I'm also not used to operating in this way. But I believe that is what we are being invited to do right now. I believe that that is part of the process, right? That the surrender and the trust is part of the process, is part of the greater unfolding, is part of our growth and expansion. Okay, so it may be very similar for you, where you're like, I feel that too. I feel like there is something I'm being called to. I feel like there is something more, but I don't even know what that is, right? And in the past, you may have had a lot of judgment around that, or you may have, like me, like been really down on yourself because you've been trying to figure it out and trying to make sense of it and just like, just tell me what I need to do. Like we as modern day humans have a really hard time being stuck, right? But it's unfolding exactly as it should. And again, I believe that the trust in the process, I believe that going inward, I believe that the connection to the divine is the process. Okay, I believe the connection to the divine is the process. The process of going in is what we need to be doing right now. And who knows what that is going to reveal? Who knows what that is going to lead to? And as I say this, this may scare the crap out of you, right? It used to really scare me too, but I've started to deepen into I don't know what the future holds, but I want to be led by spirit, right? I've shared this story before where, I always used to pray like, God, like, I'm trying to think, this is something I used to pray since I was a kid, like, let me show up in the way that you want me to. And then I would have all these stipulations, right? Like I still like very egoically like wanted things to look a very certain way. And I have really let go of that over the last 3 to 4 months. And I can't really explain it. It's not something that I've made a conscious choice about. It's really just a feeling. It's really just like, I don't know. I feel so deeply pulled to be led by spirit. And in that, there is so much surrender. There is so much letting go of what I think the goal needs to look like, what I think I need to do. The only thing I know for sure is I'm going to just like keep showing up in a way that feels, as aligned as possible, right? Like making these videos and sharing certain things. And who knows if even that will shift. But all I can do right now is, again, when I don't really know what I'm supposed to do or what that bigger mission is or what that aha thing is going to be, I'm just going to keep showing up in a way that feels true to me, doing things that light me up and fill my cup. And yes, that's showing up, but that's also not just about, like career focused things. It's putting like a big emphasis on my home life. I shared, a little bit about this in I think yesterday's video. And again, it's just showing up. I don't know, however feels good to me right now, wherever my intentions are being called, whatever I'm just like really feeling like attracted to in my own life. And I'm just trusting that. Right. And again, we'll see. Thank you for being on this journey with me. We'll see how it all goes over this, I don't know, anything could happen, right? Like over the next week, the next year, the next 18 months, I don't know, but it's an exhilarating experiment. And I guess that's just kind of what I'm calling it. And I invite you to get curious as well. Like if something is being activated inside of you as I'm sharing this, trust that. Trust that maybe you too are being invited to just be led by spirit. I believe all of us are, but it's really challenging and it takes work to let go of all the things we thought we needed to do or should do, or the people that we like are supposed to be, right? Letting go of all those masks. But really, again, in this moment, in this season, what if you are really being invited to let go of anything you have outgrown, let go of anything that no longer serves, right? Go within, connect to spirit, and just trust in the unknown. Trust in your greatest unfolding. Like that is just such a beautiful experiment to me. I don't know, maybe for you that sounds totally crazy, but anyway, that is the message for today. I am starting an accountability group. We're going to meet once a week. And this is not an accountability group like you have a goal and we're showing up every day to talk about it. Maybe, you might have a little bit of a goal. Maybe you might have a little bit of a plan, but this is really an accountability group to support you in deepening your trust, right? Deepening your trust with yourself, with your intuition, with the way that spirit wants to guide you and lead you. So if you're interested in that, I'll drop a message in the description box down below. We'll probably be starting that in the next couple of weeks. But I hope this message resonates with you. I hope that, again, you allow your own intuition to interpret this in the exact way that you need. And I know you know, right? Let your intuition guide you and trust yourself. Sending you so much love today.